fuck, I didn't.
I did it.
Yo, that tastes like shit, bro. I don't care how much
What
that
is
costed.
What's it called? I've never even seen that.
It's called Citadel Gin.
I don't care how much it costs, bro. It's trash.
It's trash, eh? Andy, how we doing?
It's actually
We
very
rolling?
good.
We recording on all angles?
But yo, I just can't.
So we're live?
Everything's live.
Oh man, let me take my time. That's what I said. I promised myself one thing today, that I was gonna take my time with this and I was gonna have a good podcast today. So, like we never left again. Once again, we're back. Oh, thank you so much for
We're here now.
for bearing with us for a lot of things, for being patient. So thank you everybody. And goddamn, between you know what? I think you guys were like I wanted you guys to be one of the first people that I ever had on my podcast, you know? And it's funny, fucking before we get there, we got ThenWhen in the building, Patar, Prince, James, we're not in the studio. They didn't have enough time to make it to the studio that one time because they'd be making some slappers and some bangers and shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm supposed to like make like noises when you like.
No, that's what I mean. I would normally have the air horn if we were in the studio and
Like,
stuff.
yo, it's ThenWhen.
Then and when, eh? Fuck, this is crazy how this came to be too.
Well, it's not really then and when.
It's then.
It's then when.
It's ThenWhen. You gotta.
But like, which one of you is then and which one of you is when?
There's none of that.
Oh, there's a funny story about that.
Nah, cause that's like
What's the
joke
funny
that everyone
story?
goes for, but like nah, it's just
Like, do you get cheese when people say that?
the story?
I thought I was mad clever the first time I said it.
Everyone does. Everyone
Everybody
does.
feels clever, bro.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, I'm really gonna get them with this one, but nah.
So people need to stop with the who's then and who's when jokes.
Yeah.
Please.
But like, who would be then and when?
okay.
Is that not how it
matter.
works? How did then? How did
Last
you
time
come
we
up with
talked
then and
about
when?
that, we literally got in a fist fight. I wanted to be then. He wanted to be then. It's just not gonna work out. So let's just move off this topic, please.
Okay, that's a sensitive.
It's a sensitive
topic.
situation.
I think it's funny. You guys are a duo, right?
Yeah.
And I do the whole rappity rap thing too. Well, not. I guess I do. You guys are booming. You really got something going here. I feel like I'm too selfish to ever be in like a duo. I feel like that's something I could never do, or be in a group or something like that. So like, you two being really talented guys, how do you blend that? How does the collaboration process kind of work with you guys?
So the trick is just like understanding that like as human beings we have egos. There's no getting around it. Like you're gonna want to like get your voice heard, especially if you're a musician. Like musicians always have some sort of void they need to be filled. They always want to feel like they're wanted. They always want to feel like they're accepted, and they want to be the center of attention. And we both notice that. So the trick is just like equally dividing the work. Like if we're writing verses, like make sure that we each have the same length verse, or like we might chop up 2 verses of mine and like have 1 long verse of his.
Is there like a set, like is there a routine with that? Is there something that you prefer doing, or is it like would you rather like write all like the lyrics and stuff like that, he does like the hooks or something? Like how does it work on that level?
No, we consciously write together. We have to, just to make the most cohesive song.
Like you sit down like in a room together.
Sit
how-
down.
Write
in a
each
room
other's
together.
verses together.
Yeah, we'll help each other write verses sometimes too. Like
Sometimes, yeah.
like
This is what I mean. Like I don't have.
Because this is next level shit. Because this is like people hated on Drake and stuff for like getting ghostwriters. People hated on a bunch of rappers for having ghostwriters. But yeah,
this is making the best song possible. Cause, sorry to interrupt.
No.
I used to fucking rap my ass off all the time. Like that was my thing. Is like finding the craziest bars about raping your wife and shit. But
You're also white and came up on that,
on that,
flex
like,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
I don't know about
man,
raping your
like-
wife, so
Yeah.
that's
No,
why-
I can't. No, honestly, that was how I started too.
Yeah.
On the crazy raps
Like
and
he was
stuff.
on that one of those raps. It's like, I'll cut your head off. I'll come to your mom's house and
yeah,
Like, that
but
type of shit.
working together in a group like this, especially like living together the way we do for the past 2 years, you build this chemistry, and that's what it all comes down to. Is this chemistry. Without that, we wouldn't be here right now. That's missing with a lot of people. Whether it comes to you and your producer / engineer, you need that true love. All of you guys need to believe in this.
and care about it.
Okay. Well, I wanna back up a little because we're talking producers and stuff in your writing sessions and everything.
Yeah.
How did ThenWhen become? How did it even start? Because I just want to I just want to give a little background information to how I know ThenWhen. I started a job at a restaurant, was, fucking new, keeping my head down, don't really know anyone. There was one other fucking black guy there that was training me, and that happened to be Prince James, and it's like...
truly.
Actually, but I knew of you.
I trained all the black guys.
Real shit. That sick. OG. And I remember, I knew about you guys before that, though.
Yeah.
Just because you guys have been putting out your stuff. And like you said, you started off with that really, like, rap, like the bars, trying to think of the craziest bars and metaphors and stuff to say. So is it safe to say that you, like, kind of started, like, rapping before him and kind of brought him on? How did that happen?
Well, I wrote my first song when I was like 6 or 7. Do
you remember it?
No.
Okay.
I have it.
Did you?
It was about like Santa Claus or some shit.
Yeah, bars about Santa
Claus bars.
Jeez.
And it was like in this. I didn't know how to sing, so it was in this poetry type of rap style. But I didn't know anything about rap. But it was rap. And when I was 10, I got exposed to fucking hip hop, bro, and my life changed.
Through who?
I heard hip hop before, but this one day, a family friend put on the radio, and it was Eminem's "Without Me," and I heard it, and I was like, "Yo, I've been doing that. I can do that." The next hour, I wrote a whole rap song, verse, hook,
like in that moment,
verse, hook, verse, hook.
That's crazy.
The next day, I wrote 3 verse, hook, verse, hook, verse, hook.
So you were just hooked.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
So for like, I don't even want to talk about it because it's been forever since then till now, just working on music. What was the question?
Well, just because you guys are you answered the question. Just how did you? Because I was saying how like I met Winston at work, and like that's kind of how I met Prince James at work.
Yeah. So I started.
I met Sadiq at work. I met the real one at work, and it's so just. How did you guys?
Yeah, so
how did you guys come? And you live together too, right? You're roommates.
Yeah. So he knew I was rapping. Do you want to tell?
Yeah. So like I knew he was rapping, and when I came to the city, I was going through a lot of bullshit. Like I was coming out of high school, and I knew that I didn't want to go to post-secondary school. So I was like, okay, let me get into a field that would cater to my strengths, like cater to my ability to like speak to people and like. My ability to like build rapport with people and stuff, and I got into the service industry, started working at the same restaurant as him, and I started personal training for a bit, and I got up to like my certification with Can't Fit, and then I just quit. I was like
wasn't for you?
I don't care. It wasn't for me. Like it's just like the uphill battle of being a personal trainer is ridiculous.
Like getting clients and stuff?
A lot of people start a good life, and then like they start having their own clients. And
I feel like people that are personal train either are really successful with it or like not. There isn't like a moderate in between with that kind of stuff. Yeah,
exactly. But it's the same thing with music too. So like some people would even say I'm even crazier, like trying to like dabble with music. But anyways, one day I came to him in the freezer at the restaurant we were working at, and I was like, "Yo, bro, like I'm just in Toronto right now, like." I'm throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, I need you to show me how to rap. And immediately he was like, yeah, bro, because I guess he saw the potential in me somehow. But like,
I saw the look, and he's a cool guy, you know, like he can talk to anybody and get all the girls.
Were you guys like, what was like your dynamic as like friends like at that point? Was it just somebody you worked with that you guys were cool with?
It was just like acquaintances, and we wanted to try to like do promoting shit just to like meet a lot of people for this music shit if we ever start doing it together. So anyways, he asked me to show him how to write songs and how to rap, and I didn't think anything of it. I don't like doing that. I don't like teaching people because I don't know.
Me neither.
It takes a long time for one, and a lot of the times like people might take advantage of you, you know. So I promised myself.
Has that happened to you?
Yeah, it has happened a couple times.
Or some people are just trash and you feel like you're wasting your time.
That too.
That's why I don't fuck with
and
anybody.
To be honest,
I think everybody's trash.
The first time he came, I was like, the first song he wrote, I was like, oh, okay.
Got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but the thing is,
that's dope, man.
The thing
that's
is,
so dope.
It's trash, bro. It's garbage.
He was trash, but he wrote a fucking song. And then the next time he came over, he had more songs written, more than one, and ideas too. And I was like, okay, well, you're doing it. You're doing exactly what I'm telling you to do.
Yeah.
And
And yo, I gotta tell him like, when I would come over, I had to tell him, I was like, yo, listen, like I'm just a fucking busboy at this restaurant. Like I have no money to pay you, but like I know you like beers, and I'll pay you in beers. And
I'll cheers to that.
Yeah, yo, here's the thing. I have nothing in my cup except for a sip, but I would come to his house one time. I made the mistake of getting him Budweiser, and he was pissed. He's like, "What the fuck is this?"
It was
piss
Bud
water."
Light, bro. It was
Oh,
like
it's even
4%.
worse.
That is a little disrespectful.
But like, I didn't know anybody.
That's
though, 'cause
even, bro.
I don't drink like that.
Even to a white person, like, yo, what you think typically white people may even like Bud Light, but no, he's like cultured. He's Serbian and stuff. He knows his shit, you know?
I'm gonna show you how to fucking write a song. You're bringing me 4% beer, bro.
Yo, I didn't know any better, but to be honest, I was just buying the cheapest shit I could get. Anyways, and then I would do that, and he was like happy to teach me, and like I would come to his house each fucking week, like song after song. And in the beginning, I had absolutely no voice. Like I'd like rapping songs like this and be like, yeah, like my name's Prince James, I like to play games. Like
I'm gonna fuck your bitch, and then she's gonna suck my dick.
It was just like I was just like super like
No voice.
Not confident.
Not confident at all. I was like inside of my own head.
But the thing about both of us is, you give us feedback, we'll fucking change right away.
Oh, we run
so
with
I
that
told
shit.
him like, okay, you don't have a voice right now. You're very quiet. Boom. Next thing he does is
Put some bass in that.
put some fucking bass, starts singing melodies and shit, and he started learning like all the basics, like root notes and shit. Fuck, you know about a root note?
Yeah, actually though.
And as he's learning this shit for the first time, I'm relearning it for the second time, and I'm relearning the basics. The basics is where the fucking magic
That's
lies.
where the money's at, bro.
When you don't know anything, you create magic. And when you start learning too much and being too conscious and thinking too much, that's when you start thinking too much.
Yeah.
And that gets in the way of the art, you know? So not thinking is what I learned, like all the basics again. And I stopped being a technical rapper, and I became more technical because we started writing melodies, the catchiest shit.
So when you started writing melodies, like, because you can sing, right?
No.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I've walked past you at work a handful of times while a song is playing, and I'll be like, yo, sorry, can you hit this note? And he'll just fuck it. I don't know, man.
I can hit a note.
Hit notes.
I think
Hitting
you
notes
can.
and like being able to sing are completely different.
I can't.
I agree. I think you can get away with saying that. You could have said yes, and I would have been like, yeah, nigga,
well,
he can fucking sing. But
I can sing.
That sounds so unconvincing.
I can't. I do sing.
What were we? I remember we were listening to Daniel Caesar or something in the back, and like that "Get You" song, and you hit that like, whoo, yeah, and it was like, I was like, oh,
Don't
okay.
embarrass yourself.
Boy can sing though.
Don't embarrass yourself on camera, bro.
We
don't get the auto tune.
Yo, my voice is. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
My voice is shot from yesterday. So who cares?
Speaking of, yesterday, you know, we how do I want to explain what yesterday was? I don't know. I had a long day yesterday. I had class, I had a doctor's appointment, I had a photo shoot, and then you guys had your album release listening party, right? Mm-hmm. For your upcoming album. Space. That's February 15th, correct, right? Now, I had a hell of a day. I had a psychiatrist appointment. I had a photo shoot, all this. I did not want to go to your shit, bro.
Yeah.
I did not want to go to your fucking party. I was so tired. I'm just letting you know. But I was like, you know what? I'm doing podcasts with him the day after. How could I not?
You made the right decision.
How could I not pull up? And bro, did I make the right decision?
You did, bro.
I hope I get some B-roll just so I could put it in the intro of this podcast and stuff, because like
we got you.
I hope so, because there was a lot of cameras at this thing. There was a decent amount of people. There was a lot of smoke. There was a lot of noise. There was a lot of it was bumping, man. People showed the fuck out for you guys. Not even just people that I see at work, like people I'd never seen before. All types of people that are vibing to the music, know the words to some of your lyrics and stuff like that. It like I can't stress how much I can't stress enough how much I was blown away with how you guys did that. Having the album covers on the walls and stuff. You guys kind of giving a preamble to every single one of your songs before it was played, you know? I really like.
Thank you. Yo, to be honest, man, it's crazy because like all that stuff you were saying, like the everything from like the decor, like my mom came in last minute, like a bunch of like lights and like lanterns and stuff.
That was kind of my question. I clapped, but how does that come together? How do you put together something like that, man?
Moms will always come through, bro. Like my mom, like literally, like this is her dream. Like she's always been wanting to do like interior design, and she hasn't been given the chance. And having to go through school and stuff, and being of like 40 plus, like it's hard to go back to school when you have kids and you have like other priorities. So she never really got to fully chase her dream like she wanted to. And yeah, just like having this party and being able to like share that with her and like let her put her skills on display for the city. Like to see those, like so many people come out, like people.
Bro, so many people supporting us that genuinely care about us, that we genuinely love and built personal relationships with. The whole night, we had a packed venue. The whole night I was thinking back to that.
He's not bullshitting, eh? Like it was really like, I know it may sound like some rapper talking about his listening party. It was lit. It was up.
The whole time I kept thinking about meeting him in that freezer at the restaurant and being like, bro, back then we didn't know anything.
We were babies.
We had nothing.
Yeah.
And now we have this beautiful album. That's the only thing we own really in this universe is our music.
Yeah.
And all these people there for us. Fuck, look how many people we invited. Look how many people we met. And the shit that we created. That's
out of
something from nothing, bro.
Point A to B is for you guys, and everything you did is really like. And
our thing,
good for you guys.
Our thing is you seeing just point B, and everything else is top secret.
I like that formula.
Yeah, you just get the fucking final product.
Oh, you don't know the behind the scenes.
You don't know.
I do want to get into the behind the scenes, but first, before we get to that kind of stuff,
you're like, yo,
can we talk about R. Kelly rape?
We will get to R. Kelly and we'll get to rape. We'll talk about rape for sure.
Don't make it seem like I want to talk about rape all the time. Come on.
I'm just saying, this man's itching to get to rape. We'll get there.
Let's stop saying that word, please.
What? That's what we're gonna talk about, and how awful of it is, and you're not a fucking real man if you ever think of doing that shit. Anyways, I want to talk about your album. Before we get to rape, the album, the listening party, it was great. I want to talk about my favorite song on your album. It's funny, we did a whole preamble and everything, and I didn't want to kind of prelude this with you guys. You know, there was one time when I was on Instagram and Prince James, he posted this story, right? And it said like something to the effect, and you even said this to me at work, I remember once. You were like, you know, everybody be complaining about mental health, and my form of like mental health is kind of just going, it'd be like that sometimes. And that was the most Trinidadian thing I've ever fucking heard in my entire life.
Actually, yeah.
It is like just the way that, you know, and that's why when I heard the song Better Off, you know, that was my favorite song. I've listened to it 4 times already today. Yeah. Not because I wanted to talk about it with you guys, because it's a good fucking song. And that's kind of how that song goes, though, right? As far as mental health and everything, right? Yeah. That sometimes you feel like you'd be better off dead.
Yeah.
Where does that come from for you guys? Especially because what you guys make is a collaborative effort.
For us, so for me, like the story behind the song is like someone really close to me is going through mental illness, and one day I sort of just had like a mental breakdown at work. Like I just like
because of that because you were thinking of that person.
Because thinking of that person, thinking of like what that person's going through and shit, and it was crazy to me because I've never felt anything like that before because I'm a pretty happy guy. Like I've never like suffered from mental illness at all or any depression or anything, anxiety, none of that stuff.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm
like,
sure.
100%. I'm the most level-headed, like rational human being. Like, yeah, and yeah. So for me,
I'm not saying I'm saying are you sure, because I think especially as like black men and like it's a very easily to sweep those types of things under the rug. You kind of have to,
sure.
Not even as black men, as men, you know, there's kind of this connotation that you can't have emotions, that you can't express those types of things, and you know that's why a lot of the times people will kind of not realize they have those types of issues or that they're going through it until after, or they're right smack dab in the middle of it, you know?
Yeah.
So like I'm not asking like are you sure as like a kind of like a sarcastic thing. It's just because you know that it can happen that way where it's like after the fact you're like, wow, I was like depressed, like that was, you know. But
see,
I don't know. Sounds like you're a strong person.
Well, no, it's like I definitely have those rough days, but I would never want to categorize it as depression because I don't want to fall into that type of thought loop where it's like, oh, I'm depressed, and then like I start thinking about how I'm depressed, and then it just becomes like this like endless cycle, right? I try to like refrain from that. I try to see the positive in everything.
Think positively.
And then that's pretty much it. But in terms of that song, that one particular instance, I did feel like what it was like to be like that for like 3 days.
So he wrote the hook, and
I like this.
as soon
I like
as
knowing that shit.
well, he wrote it as his verse, and when I heard it, I was like, yo, that's the hook. So we restructured it a little bit, but when I heard the topic, I was like, yes, something new. We're not talking about bitches on this song.
Yeah.
This is something that I have personally experienced. I've been through a real depression from 17 to about 23. So that's a chunk of my life, you know? And but I got out of it because I'm like him. I constantly positively reassuring myself and just focusing on the main goal, on just the bigger picture, you know? So that inspired me to write immediately. I knew what I was going to talk about immediately.
So you had a period of your life that you could draw from, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So in my verse, I'm talking about like substance abuse. I used to drink myself to death for like, and I'll cheers to that.
You know what?
No,
can we
cheers
please cheers to that? Because if you used to drink yourself to death and you're able to sit here on a podcast with me
chill.
on camera and have a casual drink with me, good
Yeah.
for fucking you,
And
man.
I'll be brutally honest. When we first moved in together, like he drank like a bottle of wine like a night. Like he just be lit. And like since we've just started like building this ideology, like this ThenWhen ideology, it's completely changed him for the good. Like,
So in a way, you could say like this is like a very like almost cliche sentiment. I feel like in hip hop, there's a really good song that's this like in a way hip hop and the
Saved
music.
my life.
Yeah, actually though, music saved
I
my life.
I had one of those moments like earlier this week too. Just kind of like I started my day all fucked up and like I just like you know and like it like I just listened to music from like when I started that day and it got me through the rest. It was like it's a very small like example, but like just the way like and at the end of the day I'm like, bro, if I didn't have that song to listen to at the start of the day,
Exactly why we made it. Bro.
So here's the thing. We were gonna say that, exactly why we made it, because like we had this really amazing shroom trip one time, and what it showed us that music is the answer, and that music is the universal language that touches everybody.
I'm hearing this more and more, and didn't really like how people are taking psychedelics, and it really enlightens and uplifts like moral spirit and stuff. Like I don't even mean moral spirit as like a spiritual, like moral spirit. It makes you think better. Like it makes you feel better about things. It gives you more motivation. It gives you more positive energy in your body.
Use it as a tool,
Yeah.
and not recreationally, and you choose wisely when to use it. But I just want to say one more thing about Better Off is on the bridge of the song we say it's all in my head. So it's everything is all in your head. You decide whether you want your life, whether you want to be depressed or whether you want to be happy. The universe is not going to show you pity, and it's not going to apologize for anything. You have to change yourself. It's all in my head. And right after that, the song picks up, and it's like an emancipation at the end of the song. The beat fucking releases, and you get out of it. So,
and that's
we're saving lives.
Let me take my okay, guitar. You want that artist shit, eh?
Yeah,
you want that
actually,
music life, eh?
I like to think
Woo! Okay. Oh, can we talk about rape yet? Fuck, man. Oh my god. That's not how I want to transition out of it. Better Off.
That's crazy. It's crazy that you said that's your favorite song, because it's like
it is.
At least so many people that we talk to, like they'll be like, yo, this is my favorite song, like So High is my favorite song, Let Me Live is my favorite song. Like everyone has their own favorite, and that's what's cool about this whole album. Like there's none of the songs are throwaways. We wanted to be as concise as possible.
There's one thing that got me on the album. I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's one thing I think you guys slipped on.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. I think you guys slipped on this.
Yeah?
I think Rotate should be on the album.
Oh.
It was a conscious decision. Rotate.
Why? I want to know. I love that song.
We love that
Yeah.
song, but it does not match the sound of the album. So don't
Space doesn't go with the concept, or doesn't match the sound.
doesn't match the sonic sound. It's a dirty trap song. The rest of Space is just lavish R&B pop.
And people were able to really people were picking up on that at the party. People are like,
Yeah.
wow, they're very
I had
colossal in their sound.
So
It's
many
very
people,
consistent.
Yeah,
so
for
many
sure.
people turned
People
the fuck up to
talk-
rotate
lit.
and kept coming up to me asking, "Why is that song not on an album? When's that song?"
Really?
dropping?"
So
Yeah,
I'm not new,
You're-
like
no,
this
that's,
in there.
that's the people's favorite.
It
Rotate
is.
is the people's favorite.
It's coming out
crazy.
soon.
It's
This
my
is the
second
crazy
favorite for
shit,
sure.
though. It's not even out, and it's people's favorite.
Yeah.
That's the craziest shit.
Yeah, we
It's
just-
not even
we-
out. The fuck you mean, bro?
But okay, yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. As a fucking I make music though, but I am a fan, you know, and like that kind of shit frustrates me as a fan. When you got slappers, bro, you gotta put yo, people like that song. You will get the views off that. You will
Yeah.
eat off that too.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying it for that because it's just a great product, and it's like I want to be able to go on Spotify and click on that.
get it,
the
yeah.
way I can click on Love
you
Me
can't,
Later,
bro. It's a tease.
which is also Love Me Later. That's how it started for you guys,
That's
right?
how it started,
yeah.
I still that song I'm gonna hear in a movie trailer.
I
one
still
day.
remember when we fucking got that song because like we were in the studio and we were working on so in the beginning of our careers we thought we wanted to be like trap rappers. Like we thought we wanted to just like have trap beats. Like we wanted to be the dirtiest trap rappers there ever were to be. But our producer showed us this beat and he intended it for like a commercial or something or some sort of movie or something.
Commercial.
And he's like, yeah, I just made this this random beat for a commercial. Like I just wanted you guys to hear it. And we heard it and we're like, yo, Patar's like, yo, this is a fucking hit. And we wrote that track and it fucking changed our lives. It was insane. Like
Change your lives.
yeah.
I think we've outlined it pretty well. Like you guys got some good records, I could see it being like a timeless record. Like, you know, I feel like, you know, it'll blow up now, it'll do what it's doing now, but then whatever down the line, once you guys release your next album and then you get the deal and the whatever and you're making all kinds of money, they're gonna go back to that one and you're gonna hear that, and I guarantee I'm gonna hear that in a movie preview or a commercial or something. That's a lot of your music. I feel like is very thematic in that sense.
Yeah.
That it
It could be used for scoring for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. And as an artist, I know how hard that is to create. So it's like, you know.
Well, but
Hats off
sometimes
to
here's
that.
here's what it is
It's a
too.
third
It's
clap of the podcast.
no, right?
For like 10
Here's what it
minutes
is
in.
though. It's a testament to us when we're writing these songs too. Like sometimes like in our creative process, we'll be like, okay, close your eyes. What do you see? You know what I mean? What do you-
for rappers.
Yeah, what do you see when you hear this fucking instrumental? And we'll say shit like I see like Ryan Gosling and like Ride. Is it Ryan Gosling?
I'm not
Or is it-
laughing as a bad. Like I'm laughing like, oh, you guys are real. Like when
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
like that's
so
why
it's
I'm
like,
laughing. Like, okay.
So it's like for a song like Run, like you can easily see that in the movie Drive. You know what I mean? Like that like 80s retro type of feel. You know what I mean?
neon lights and shit.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. Like
I
for
guess
sure.
I
You know
can-
what I
I can
mean?
see
So
that.
it's like we picture that when we're writing because we know that this music has the potential to be big. Like it can be used for scoring and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these songs are like I kind of want to wrap up the album. There's a few more things I want to talk about the album. Because it isn't even out yet,
No.
which is crazy.
No, yo, and the buzz is insane.
which is
Yo,
crazy.
Space by ThenWhen, February 15th. Look out for that.
I didn't even
That's
really
crazy.
like take that in last night either.
Space
I'm talking
by
to
ThenWhen.
people at the party, and I'm kind of like, wait, can I at midnight go on spot? Like, what's going on with this shit? And I'm like, oh, I gotta wait.
No, yo, this
2
is
weeks.
this is just a build.
just
up
Well, I don't have to
teasing
wait.
you.
I had the privilege of being able
Just
to
teasing
hear
you,
it.
yo,
baby. Just
you're-
teasing you.
You know,
You're MVP.
I got that fam. I got that cactus camaraderie.
Yeah.
to listen to that shit in advance.
Actually,
Real
bro.
quick though about that. Love Me Later, boomin'. Run, boomin'.
Trust.
How does as a person that's
What about Trust?
oh no, Trust is booming.
What
too.
about
What about
us?
us?
No, my bad. Trust, Thank Me, Love Me Later, and Run. They got 3 platinum records. You know, I'm being a little facetious with that, calling it a platinum record because they do get a lot of views, like just straight up like numbers. You guys do numbers,
Yeah.
and as a person that like has struggled with that, with trying to get that for my music, and I think with every young black kid that's coming up right now trying to make music.
Yeah.
Every young kid coming up right now making
I feel
music.
that shit.
For all the brothers out here, bro.
It's like every other person says they're a rapper and they don't know how to kind of put themselves out there. I encourage people to not rap, but
That should be a PSA, bro. That needs to be like.
How real are we gonna be right now?
Don't do it, man. Yo,
Okay,
Devontae,
hold on.
I know you're at home, bro. Sitting at home in your mom's basement. Do not be a rapper. You don't want this life.
Yo, you're saying Devontae Woe is gonna come for you.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. Like no
No
matter how much.
Fuck with Devontae Woe.
Like no matter how glamorous like rappers make this shit look, this shit is fucking difficult. You have to deal with so many curveballs. Like
okay. I feel like I'm dancing around my question though.
Yeah, let's go back
Because
to
you
the
guys get a lot of views.
Yeah.
I see you guys on playlists. How does that come to fruition? Because you already have a product that we've talked about. How
First is the product.
The music needs to be fire. If
You
your
eat
music is-
mushrooms, you take psilocybin, and you ask it, what do I need? What do I need to do in order to meet Kanye West? And the gods will tell you, make the music first. Make the product first. Music is you grasping some shit out of the universe, and that is yours. I don't own these clothes. I don't own this skin and this skeleton, but I own the music that we fucking made. Okay? Music first. Love it. Believe it. Whatever the product may be. It could be the Fire Festival. You love it and believe in it, and people will buy it.
if you want to know how to get views,
Is that?
that's that.
No,
But like seriously,
that's the first thing. That's first things first.
Yeah.
Second of all,
are you inquiring people, or is it because we talked about for about 45 minutes the work that goes into the product, right? Is it the product alone, or what else are you guys doing to make yourselves visible to get that exposure?
It's having
Playing
the right
Fortnite.
It's
and,
having the right people behind you. So like for us, we have a producer that has a lot of connections, and us having not just like a TuneCore where we can put the music out, but having an entity behind you that can help you push your music. Like there's lots of avenues as like independent artists that you can go that are like alternatives to signing to a record label.
Listen, Devontae,
And
you just need to meet people, and that's the sauce. And
no, but it's distribution. That's what it is.
Oh,
it
yeah.
comes
Meet
down
the
to
right
like having a
person.
distribution.
you can put
behind
it out yourself through TuneCore, or you can meet somebody bigger who can put it on a bigger platform that gets recognized by these Spotify playlists and shit like that.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's. But here's what it is though. Like we said before, it's the music. If you don't have the music, these distribution companies,
They're not gonna
They
do
won't
it.
give a
They're not gonna
fuck.
do it. They don't care.
They're not doing
Yeah.
it because you're petard.
The-
They're
and-
doing it
and
because you
still-
got fucking amazing music.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Even with this team, your music's still getting considered. So if they consider it and they like it, they'll put it on. If they don't like
Yeah.
it, they don't like it. They won't put it on. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I want to transition kind of out of. Well, I want to. What? Oh, you jealous?
You got
What?
the do-rag lines too, eh?
Do I?
Yeah, you get the
Oh,
lines.
shit. Yo.
I used to wake up
Andy,
with those
we
all
went
the
to go
time back
surfing.
But the
then.
thing is, though, you can't like the way you avoid the lines. You gotta put it inside out. Like normally you put it like that, right? But if you put it inside out, you
Oh,
don't
no,
get
no.
that crossbar.
No,
you
I'm
only
not
get
talking
that
about
one.
I'm talking about the
Teach
one
me,
across
I need
the
to-
forehead.
No.
that
That's
takes-
inevitable though.
That takes a while to get out. No, that is not.
But I'm gonna
ever-
just have to talk like
No,
this
let me show
for
you
the
a
rest
hack
of
right now.
the
So when you're
podcast. Like I'm
tying
really
it-
skeptical and
When you're
surprised.
tying it, you see how you're tying it and like it's thin like this. You want to unravel it and tie it so it's like
Yo,
this.
that's I
gets-
literally just learned that,
That gets
bro.
rid of the lines,
But the-
bro. And you never get the lines.
But the
again,
thing
bro.
is, when you've like used a do-rag though and kind of just been like
Yeah.
using it, you can't like it won't just like you have to iron
Nah,
it
you
like
gotta
that
iron
or
it out.
something.
Yo,
You know?
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You
Yo,
gotta have
but yo, my
rags
shit
on
was
Yo,
swimming.
real shit. Yo, thank you. That's actually
Yo.
that's some real shit. Thank
Yo,
you for the
man.
do-rag wave
I
tips,
got
bro.
you, yo. If you guys need any do-rag tips, any one-on-one fucking classes on
Yo.
do-ragism, I got you.
Just slowly getting out of the album, but if you like, the album is very like other than like I said, Better Off, right? Is one of those sentimental songs. A lot of the songs are about your relationships with women or like that kind of dynamic.
Yeah. For sure.
You guys get a lot of women?
We used to. I got a girl right now. I'm not gonna say
Woo!
that.
What a man,
no,
what a
I'm
good
not
answer.
gonna say
Yeah,
that.
bro. That's a king right there.
Yeah, I'm part of the faithful black men community. Yeah, I do not.
As
cheat.
am
I do
I.
not have side
Faithful
ting,
Black Man
nothing.
Association. Shout
Yeah.
out my boy Tresor.
Yeah,
You know.
honestly, bro.
We are.
I'm actually the president of that community. It's a weird story.
He's
Don't
our
ask.
Rachel.
It's weird, yeah,
Yo,
it's
he's
like-
our Rachel Dozout. He's the guy that like pretends and puts all the money behind us. Like he funds us and shit.
So, y'all are Ella made up. Y'all are boot up, right?
Yeah. Hella made up. I like
Y'all are Ella made up. You're a young, wavy black man. You know, you're like one of them Robin Thicke, Justin Timberlake, swaggy kids. Still got some like rhythm ass white boys. You know, the ones that pull black girls and shit.
Facts.
It must be. I can only imagine that it must be difficult navigating being, having multiple songs that have 100,000s of views and stuff like that. You a pretty boy, you got the waves and everything, you got the nice beard and shit like that.
Yeah, stop it.
How do you like actually? I'm trying to really fully what I'm asking here. Like, is it difficult?
What have it? No, it's not.
Is it
No, it's
like
not.
because there's a few things I want to get into that kind of
Yeah.
stem from this question too, right? Because you're writing music and you're expressing yourself. You're putting like your thoughts on a page, right? And you're making that translate over the beat. I feel like some of those things that inspire you can come from your relationships.
All the songs.
And
are-
sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes your girl may think it does or something like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
for
that
sure.
that's more so
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
getting at here,
Yeah.
right? Does that happen? Do you kind of have those conflicts where you may be writing about something and it can kind of cause an issue? Like I'm curious about that, like being an artist and expressing that.
So for us, we're lucky that our girlfriends are not irrational at all. They're like what the fuck you talking about me in your songs? Like,
Last
we don't
night
really
for
have that
the
at
for the
all.
listening
Like,
party, I hugged like 50 girls, bro, and my girl was there supporting me every single second of the way.
What a queen!
But like to be honest, like
What a queen!
like no, like it doesn't
Fourth clap.
That's my queen.
like us like in regards to like us like having girls pursuing us and like us being in relationships, like it's not hard to stay faithful. Like if you really love that chick, bro, like you're gonna stay faithful, and like if you can't, then you'd never really loved her to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think if you don't think you can cheat and still love a girl?
No,
No.
if you're cheating, you're not in love.
No, if you're cheating, it's like how could you hurt that person that
You
much?
think
know what I
Martin
mean?
Luther King loved Coretta?
No, not. Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Yo, you're gonna do him that dirty after his birthday too?
Yo,
Yeah.
he loved what that mouth do, but he didn't.
You can't. It was just Martin Luther King Day like 3 days ago, bro. Don't disrespect Martin Luther King, bro. Do not disrespect Martin Luther King, bro.
You're saying he didn't love her, but he
about
loved.
cheers to the shit?
Saying Martin Luther King didn't love Coretta, but he loved what that mouth do, eh? God damn. Okay, fair enough.
Hey.
So that doesn't ever really pose a problem being in a relationship
These
or being
girls,
an artist.
so, no.
they inspired a lot of this album. Like,
Yeah.
Like for
And they know that?
we
we
tell them.
tell them all the time. Yeah.
Like, for
We
example,
tell them
this-
the songs for you.
The song "Dive In" is about nobody. It's about people telling me not to date her, and me saying "fuck that." I'm diving into
Oh
this.
shit.
Run, for example. I told my girl, "Yo, babe, I'm writing a breakup song, so I gotta break up with you for like a day. Just let me write this verse."
Holy
So
shit.
I broke up with her for a day and wrote this verse.
That's why, that's that just shows how dedicated we are to this shit. We gotta be able to live in that emotion for a bit so that we can write those songs. You know what I mean? Like even for,
This nigga, bro, this man broke up with his girl
Yeah,
just
for a
so
day.
he can write a. Yo, that's some real nigga shit,
Yo,
bro.
for a
That's
day,
how you.
for a day.
Oh my god, I rate that. I high key rate that.
Cause like you gotta
bro.
live it. Sometimes you gotta live it. But
That's
then,
funny as hell.
but then
I'm
some
sorry, I
songs-
can't.
But like some songs you can just create them out of just like being in your bag emotionally. Like Bryson Tiller. Like Bryson Tiller just fessed up to the fact that like he wasn't going through emotional problems and stuff when he wrote Trap Soul. Like
That he
people-
wasn't?
He wasn't. He was just like
Whoa.
emotionally like
In the
in
bag.
tune with his emotions, and like he just wrote the most beautiful songs ever.
I don't know what you're saying.
Well,
to
it
me-
comes from experience, so it doesn't matter if he experienced that shit when he was 6 years old. It's in him.
Unsolicited opinion that nobody really asked for, and I'm ready. I got time to fight, and I got Trap Soul is the best R&B album in the last 5 years. It is a certified
last 5
hardwood
years?
classic.
Wait. What's?
Well, I need to make sure I get all. No. Trap
okay.
Soul was the best R&B album since Confessions.
You think that? Nah.
Maybe not. Okay, not since Confessions, but that is a certified. Hang that shit in the rafters. That is timeless.
Yeah, that's
Every
true.
single time you listen to that.
I mean,
that
The
album,
Weeknd did
What about
the trilogy.
What about or Starboy?
The trilogy is 3 albums put together. I think the House of Balloons is definitely up there in the
Really?
best in the last 10 years.
Better than the first one did? What the first one?
No, the House of
did?
Balloons is the first one. Then it's
House of Balloons is the first one.
And then
Okay,
it's
okay.
Well,
Thursday.
here's the
Echoes
answer
of
that will
Silence.
ruin this question forever. Is it's fucking subjective. If you like a certain project
man,
or
this guy's-
song,
we haven't even gotten the top 5 yet.
I'm
This nigga's
sorry.
out
Guys,
here
guys
being
be so
yo.
technical.
Honestly,
No, man, it's
dude,
subjective.
I like.
Nah, bro. Like,
I
what
like
do you
some-
think?
I like some
love
corny
barbershop.
shit. I love it, and you might not like it, but I think it's top of the line shit because it moves me. So. You love
I'm not
Bryson
saying that.
Tiller.
I'm saying this is distinctive. This is not subjective. Trap Soul is one of the best albums in the
Yeah.
last.
I
the best
disagree.
R&B
That's
songs.
I
bold.
disagree.
I disagree, but like at the same time, like,
Really? You don't think it's a classic?
I'm trying to think. What were the other albums that dropped? Like,
Man,
who
I'm
the
trying to
fuck
think
shit out?
R&B albums
Yeah,
that
so
were
who-
classics.
So who's like big R&B wise for us?
Freudian, I think, is the
Part-
last kind of.
Freudian is dope, but not as good as Trap Soul though.
Not as good as
I don't
Trap
think so.
Soul.
Bro, we're trying to fucking do a feature with him. Freudian is the best album of all time.
Freudian, no, honestly, I don't know if it is. Freudian is some shit. It was the best album of the year when it came out, and it came out in a January.
yeah, for sure.
That's how you know it was
But,
fire.
like man, Trap Soul is just like, but also like Trap Soul has like a lot of sentimental element.
I think, I was about to say that. I think
Yeah,
that
that's
may
what
be
it is.
why I'm saying
Yeah,
that.
you were crying at like.
No, fuck.
overreaction
But like I
going,
did,
bro,
it was
like,
right
eating
when my
ice cream and shit. Like,
it was when I had the longest relationship end. And I was it was a very coming of age time for me. Like I was just starting university.
Yeah.
I was just living on my own, like starting to like moving out and stuff like that. So like maybe that's why bro, I could do a whole podcast on
Like,
relationships, eh?
why
When-
Trap
when-
Soul is.
Oh, Trap Soul, really?
I feel
Oh,
that strongly about this.
Shit,
let's get
bro.
your ex in here too. Let's get her take on it.
You know, that was an
Bro.
idea.
You have to face trauma, bro.
No,
You have to
no.
face
But like
trauma.
I have this
Yo,
idea.
that's how you get rid of your
It'll go
PTSD,
down
man.
where I want 3 of my exes
Whoa.
looking at me
yo,
like the
that's
way
sick.
that they're.
Do
Yo,
that.
could you imagine if like
Do
Future
that.
did that with Baby Mamas?
That's gonna be viral.
Woo,
Do that.
The
that'd be
thing
insane.
is though, I respect women and treat them like queens. So what you gonna say when you're in front of me? Nah, but like,
That's mad.
no. I'm confident with how relationships went and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
come
That,
say
that would
come
be
talk your
great
shit.
content though. That would be really.
Because
good
I also
content.
don't think they're gonna come. If they are gonna come up here and try and drag me and look me in the eye and drag me, it's like I do a podcast. You're not even if I am wrong, you're not
know
gonna
what?
outword me. And,
Well, yo,
like,
yo,
you're
yo,
not
be-
gonna out argue me.
Be
You know?
honest, do they got like some fetishes and shit that like they can expose you on and stuff? Like you like toes and stuff?
I don't like
Sucking on
toes. I don't think there's anything.
Yeah,
No.
they
Let's
did.
not get into that.
No, I don't have.
I'm-
no,
I
I'm
know
trying to
you're
think
not-
weird. Like I'm
you're
trying to
pretty
think
Wild, yeah.
that an ex could expose about me on a podcast. I don't think so.
Okay, so you're good then.
I'm
That's
good.
that's my worst nightmare. Is like some girl
Yo,
being
I
like,
will
man, like,
cheers
he
to
likes
that,
this.
You know what? One of my.
Yo, you guys want a shot?
Yeah. I'm about it. I'm dry over here.
I'm good, bro.
Oh
That's a
shit.
shot.
Oh,
Nah.
that's not a shot,
Sip
bro.
that for the rest of the podcast.
Oh my god. Can't have a little Sprite. You say your biggest fear is what with girls?
Oh, just like fetishes coming out and stuff.
You know, one day I feel like they're gonna be able to like hack all our porn history.
Oh no, 100%. They already do that, bro.
Listen, you're
They're
gonna.
doing that.
They're gonna know you like bestiality and like
Oh, for sure. bro.
simulated
We,
rape.
we're gonna emerge. We're gonna merge with fucking
Machines?
and in order to do that, you gotta upload your whole consciousness. So they're gonna
Yeah,
know.
They're gonna know exactly what.
Freaky
I need to-
shit I like to watch.
The
I need
scary
to-
thing's gonna be like when they
I'm
know your thoughts.
disgusting, bro. I can't believe that. Shit,
I remember
man.
that time you were like, "Yo, look at this text I just sent my girl." You're like,
What was it?
Wildest shit about send me pictures of you and your friend scissoring and like.
Oh, that's light.
Yeah,
That's light.
that's some white
That's
boy
some
shit.
cute.
I don't
That's
know.
cute. That's nothing.
There is something you said like your biggest fear, you know, like having them fetish. I don't know what the fuck Winston's into. If I'm gonna keep calling you. That's you.
Winston.
I don't give a shit.
He's
bro.
Winston
Sadiq.
now.
Sadiq.
I've tried
He's
correcting
Sadiq.
myself and seeing and
He's
doing that Prince
Winston.
James shit.
I have so
Prince
many fucking
James.
different names, bro. Like, I'm honestly like a criminal, bro. Like it's like just aliases
Different aliases?
upon aliases. Like it's insane.
You said that's one of your biggest fears. I can only imagine the shit you're into. But
some crazy shit. Bro.
Yeah, bro. That's like, own that shit. One of my biggest fears though is being in a relationship with a girl, being in a full consensual sort of situation with a girl, and having her sort of. I know this isn't like an often thing. I'm not saying that this is like a rampant. I'm just saying having a consensual relation with a girl and then her kind of turning that around and being like, nah, that wasn't consensual. I got raped.
Oh, that's fucking terrifying.
And that is a big fear of mine. And I think it's at least somewhat relevant, something we may need to divulge on. My boy, Briss Brown, started the whole light-skinned delegation, Briss Brown. I'm not using that footage immediately.
Let me see those gang sounds again, bro.
I was like, Briss Brown, bees up, hose down,
breezy,
that pyro. Oh my God.
Booming, bumming,
You see the color of the cups.
the color of the bups.
No, he was in, I think it was Paris. It's some European city like that. And he was accused of rape, and he was arrested, detained, and had a mugshot, was going around, and the internet busted a fat nut.
It's crazy.
It was what they were waiting for. They just...
It's crazy.
What an awful guy, Chris
like,
Brown.
It's like, once you're even like accused,
fucking abuser or rapist.
Once you're accused of anything, like, in the court of public opinion, like, if enough people start saying that, like, you're guilty of it, everyone believes that you're guilty. Like, it's insane.
I think we should be clear about something, though. That Chris Brown has a very troubled past. Chris Brown has made some very devastatingly huge mistakes that were incredibly downright wrong, I do things that are downright wrong all the time, like I've never raised my hand to a woman or anything in that context. I don't know. I just the way that Chris Brown gets dragged, I don't think it's for that and ever of the time. I don't think it's his past that I think people really do have a personal sort of thing against Chris Brown, and it kind of comes out in these types of situations. Let's be clear about one more thing about Chris Brown. He is not a rapist. He is not a rapist. He was accused of it and was acquitted. When you are a rapist, you go to trial and you get convicted for it. Chris Brown is not those things. So I just feel like, a lot of the people that are calling Chris Brown a rapist and, abuser and using those type, well, he did abuse. I guess that's a fair assessment of him. But, how, it kind of raises this question. We could start this dialogue, right? Yeah. How should we react to somebody being accused of rape? And how should we react if we find out the accused were wrongfully accused and stuff like that?
Can I talk?
Yeah, go for it.
I wasn't there. I don't know what he did or didn't do. There are two possible things he could have done, and if he did do it, it's like, bro, read the girl. Like,
me too.
If she doesn't like it, she doesn't fucking like it. Like, I like to choke girls. I like to slap girls. If they like it. If they don't like it, I don't do that.
They request that stuff.
The second thing is that he didn't do it, but he's a rich celebrity, and this has been happening. This happened with Michael Jackson. Rich celebrity, they'll kill you. They'll put you in the fucking grave because you're a rich celebrity. So just be careful who you're around.
Do you think that's the case with Chris Brown?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Who knows? But at the same time, it's like when people see that you're even accused, like, that's game over. Like, people lose their lives over that stuff. People get fired from work. People lose their scholarships. People are dragged through the dirt just from an accusation. And a lot of the times it's not, like, sometimes it's like people are acquitted and like they still have to deal with it to this day. Like, Mike Tyson was on CP24 the other day.
Mike Tyson,
and that guy called him a rapist.
The other day. That was years ago.
That was years ago. I think that is a slightly different situation. Like I said, Chris Brown's not a convicted rapist. Mike Tyson's a convicted rapist.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's the difference.
Went to court and got proven guilty of raping somebody.
Did he really?
And he talks about it.
And yeah, but he gets mad if you ask him about it.
If you're a fucking prick, he'll get mad at you.
So
I thought he was acquitted. No way, eh? He fucking convicted, eh?
Who else? Who else?
Sorry, I was misguided. I didn't know that he was.
Yeah, you watched that Joe Rogan Mike Tyson interview and we're like, oh, I love the shit out of this. Yeah, you like the rapist interview.
Yeah,
that's a thing. That's a thing that people do now. You know, Chris Brown makes a shirt. You know, I go and buy that shirt. You're wearing an abuser shirt. You know, and I hate that shit. That victimization, sort of cross association with different issues, just so you can kind of push forward. So just so you can project your insecurities. Really, that's what it is at the end of the day. You don't like Chris Brown for whatever God knows reason, and you need this is your MO to go off on that. I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little on it though. You said you weren't there, right? He's accused. You know, it's not really. You know, R. Kelly was accused.
Yeah.
And was proven not guilty.
Which is
that's true.
Sketchy.
Yeah.
You peed on a.
Is that energy gonna be kept the same for R. Kelly? If not, why?
Well, no, because.
Listen, one more thing I have to say. One more thing. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about this topic because we're all about positive energy and we don't want to. We're all about positive energy here at ThenWhen. Music is excluded. If R. Kelly makes the hottest song, if Usher makes the
Wait.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
Well, actually, finish your point.
Yeah, go for it,
This nigga.
I want to hear it though. Don't worry.
But
music moves you.
Here's the thing about the music. I agree with that notion all the time, and it's why I can listen to Chris Brown. It's why I can listen to Triple X Tenshawn. It's why I can listen to all those people. Here's may he forever rest in paradise. Members only. Everybody go listen to that. One of my favorite artists of this generation. The reason why I think it's different in that context is because this is very big. I really thought about this. You know, if Triple X was making songs about hitting women and, you know, raping women with fireplace pokers and stuff,
I did
those
that.
those were the details in his case and stuff like that, right? R. Kelly is out here saying, you know, my mind telling me no, but my body, like he
was talking about that
shit. It is like the whole notion of separating the artist from their art, right?
Yeah.
I can't do that with R. Kelly.
You can't.
Because I can't. When I hear him talking about little girls.
Or when he wrote that song for Aaliyah.
This is what I'm talking about. This is one of those instances, I think, where we can separate the art from the artist, and it's why we can kind of all do without R. Kelly.
Go ahead. Age Ain't Nothing But a Number is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
So
the remix to Ignition.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen, bro.
But like,
suck my dick.
Nah, bro. He's like talking about the crimes that he's committed. Like,
is he
like,
or is he making
not cool.
No, he is.
Even if he is, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't care about Michael Jackson's personal life. I think he's the greatest entertainer of all time.
What?
So that documentary's coming real soon, right?
So like you can still
the child abuse on Michael Jackson.
There's been documentaries on that shit. It's all been he's been not guilty.
So like you can still not feel away.
$200 million in hush money for people to shut the fuck up.
Leave him alone.
It's a lot of money. They would have taken less than that if they were lying.
No, it's because
do a little more research because that father been extorting.
Okay, do a little more research because this man had a room that was deadbolted in the back of his Neverland ranch that had pictures of naked kids and all
Michael
types
Jackson did?
Yes.
Oh shit! Did he
No.
really?
Yes.
Wait.
Look it up. There was a raid on Michael. There was a raid on Michael Jackson's crib.
No way.
They found pictures of artistic depictions of naked children. There's a big fancy 4-syllable word for
artistic depictions of naked children.
So by definition, that is not child pornography.
It's not true.
Listen. By definition, that is not child pornography, but it is still a drawing of naked kids.
Don't talk about Michael.
You guys have.
I'll stop because he's. You know what? I will.
What
because
if it's like a little baby?
I didn't want to hear it either. But I'm just saying.
No little baby cupids. Nah.
It's a baby cupid, bro.
Those are kids. He's drawing kids. He's drawing kids that he has over at the Neverland Ranch. He's drawing kids. Dude, that's wild, bro. Is that true?
Well,
these are facts, bro.
We gotta look that up after the podcast,
greatest entertainer of all
the greatest
time.
artist of all time. The greatest artist, bar none.
He had demons, though.
So
he had mad
fucking
demons.
do that shit with with your baby angels and shit. I loved the albums, bro. The albums are fire, yo.
Nah, bro.
You know?
No, I don't know. Hey, this is Sadiq James, and I am not affiliated with whatever Pataj says in this podcast. I don't agree.
Come on, bro.
I think, well, I just, like, the way this conversation started, right, was Chris Brown, right? And it's like, should we hold him to the standard? Do we hold someone to R. Kelly? Should we hold R. Kelly to the standards when we hold Michael Jackson? You know,
We hold everyone to
it's
the same
very.
standards.
I think something like Patar said very early on in this podcast. It's very subjective. It's very
No, I
subjective.
feel like the law,
Well,
law is
no,
made
the
to
child
treat
molestation
everyone the
shit
same.
is not subjective. If you're fucking touching kids,
the music.
is subjective.
The music, obviously. No,
For me,
sorry,
it's
yeah,
about
that's
the-
not subjective.
Yeah.
But it isn't subjective if your content, if your art is about the heinous, awful, evil shit that you're doing. So if you're a child molester and your songs are about molesting children, I can't fuck with you, bro. I'm sorry. I got to do away with you.
I can't fuck with you, but
I can't. Like, I'm not gonna go and like
Yo,
hold a
who-
campaign or something.
Is
But
there
you're
like a child molester, a singer or rapper out there? Because that's what you just said. Like a guy making songs about that shit. I want to hear that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
Wait,
that.
that's R. Kelly. That's what we're talking about right now.
my mind is telling me no.
But yo, how about that fucking Future though?
Yeah, that's a good
Future
story.
album.
Yeah.
Can we talk
yo,
about
yo,
Future?
yo,
I-
yo,
let's
Future
get off
and
this
Hendrix,
Wasn't
bro.
that like a seamless segue? Like that's.
Yeah, bro. No, we
That's
need
right in
this.
there, you
We
know what
need
I'm
that.
saying?
That
It's my
Future
bad. What about
Hendrix,
that
bro.
Future, though? 'Cause,
that
yo,
jumping out the jet.
I'm
that-
gonna say I've been bumping that shit for the last like
We've been
like week.
We've been
Yo,
listening to
binging
this
on
shit
Future.
all
I'm
day.
gonna always be
Dude,
harping
he's
for
in his
Future to
fucking
leave.
bag again. Like,
Yo,
he's
listen.
insane right
He's
now.
saying like there's there's so much pain in his fucking voice. He's been saying shit, but now he's man, he stepped it up, bro.
Tell
His
your
songs
man
are
he-
crazy.
What's he saying?
And I'm
Tell
not
your
sure.
man
if-
you're your ex now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're gonna be club hits, but bro,
Nah.
this is a classic.
That's not
album
what it
to
was
me.
for. It's not what
To
it was
me,
for.
This is
This is a
fucking
classic album. This is a classic
Like,
album.
oh, okay.
Cause when he was opening up about like his like lean addiction and stuff, and in one of the songs he's like, got withdrawals, pass my cup, I think I'm dying. Like that's real shit. Like withdrawals, especially from lean, it might be like
Bro.
some of the worst.
Do you know?
Like
In
withdrawals
one-
ever. Well, cause yeah, like Gucci Mane talked about it in his biography, and he
But
said
do you
that-
know?
No, I don't know. No, of course not. But I'm just seeing like from like anecdotal evidence.
You
that,
don't
like,
know.
Lean's
It's
scary.
it's an opioid.
You
right?
ain't bite that
and
life.
opioids are like the hardest withdrawals that like ever because it's just like
Future
it's
doesn't.
super addictive.
Future doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Listen, in one line he talks about I just seen Jada Smith laying on her blanket. The next line he talks about how he grew up with murderers that are all shiesty. Bro,
Bro.
that's a contrast in
I'd be really feeling the things Future be saying, bro.
It's crazy.
Let's it wouldn't be the Sunday's Best podcast if I didn't fucking devil's advocate this shit. Now, when Future's album came out,
Yeah.
I'd be on Twitter a lot, you know? And I think I think I follow too many women. I don't mean that as a bad thing. I think that when something like this happens on Twitter, I get the like female perspective and reaction, you know? I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I like it. I'm not, relax. But a lot of people seem to, and I think this is also part of his like relationship with Sierra and like the whole Russell Wilson situation, that people kind of frame Future as this poster boy for like toxic masculinity and just all the things that are wrong in music.
Yeah.
What is it that Andre 3000 said about it? That he said that Future makes the most negative inspirational music.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he does
The
because he's talking
Weeknd-
about his life.
The Weeknd does
Talk about it.
It's not just the two of them. It's fucking pain. Artists are a lot of times, like dealing with substance.
Yo, pain sells too. You know.
Pain sells, baby. I made space on this shit. That's gonna go down as a classic album.
I see what
trust
you
me,
did there.
dog.
But just even the subject matter of him, like yo, you can really I was listening to Monster in the gym the other day, and like Future really though be on some like, I promote prostitution.
Yeah,
He's my guy.
Promote prostitution.
But we do not
Yo.
promote prostitution here at ThenWhen.
No.
I don't know, you really rock with Future. So if you rock with Future and he rocks with prostitution, then obviously ThenWhen must be rocking with prostitution then, right?
No, because
That's how that works, right?
We just listen to it for the fucking music, for the fucking The mode, like, dude,
I
I'm
wanna
on,
hear
I'm on
about
the
it.
That's
treadmill.
how I'm just saying. That's
I'm
how
on the
people
treadmill
think,
going
though, you know?
ham to fucking what is it? Unicorn perp.
This is
Unicorn perp with thug and shit, bro.
the one with Travis. That's my joint.
What is
The
that?
one with Travis and the opening track.
What is it?
I
First?
love ThenWhen Space album. It's coming out on February 15th.
February 15th. Then when space.
I love that.
I need to do this. I wish I. No, I'm glad I do. It's you know.
And ThenWhen.
It's not then and when.
Nah.
I swear it's then and a capital N and then when. I swear that's what it is.
No, dude.
It's just then when.
It's then and then you said it's then and then when. That's it.
I thought there was two N's.
Because you remember you trying to search our name and you put like an N after the
Yo,
then, like it was. I don't
we're
know what
gonna
you're
be
doing.
so famous.
How am I
one
gonna
day.
have somebody on my podcast and
We're
not
gonna be
know
so
what they're
famous one day. This shit is gonna be silly right here.
Um,
So then and when.
Then when.
I don't know. It like you guys seem to be booming in a environment that seems incredibly tumultuous in regards to people uplifting each other and pushing each other forward and reposting and stuff like that. People kind of, you know, label Toronto as well. Toronto artists kind of say the dynamic and camaraderie between you know people that have influence and power and platforms and stuff like that. It's not done in a right way, and they, as guys who you know do this right and get views and do the shows and really. How is your experience in the Toronto scene and the dynamic of other artists and
What I would
people?
say, like right off the bat, that's an old narrative.
Is it?
The new generation's completely different. Like here in Toronto, bro, like we are so accepting of each other. Like some people with the most mediocre music, like they get huge turnouts. Like people will support you if you're doing something and they see that you're ambitious and they see that
Devontae,
you're
what did I
living that
tell you,
life.
bro? Meet the right people.
Yeah, Devontae, you heard him. But anyways, yeah, like when you just believe in yourself and you can curate the right events and you can get the right people together, like people will support you, and it's the coolest thing ever to see our city just like booming in terms of like an artistic perspective. You know what I mean?
Everybody's doing something, man.
Everybody.
And the coolest thing about this fucking city is people.
Good time.
People aren't scared to work for free. You know.
Are they? That's my biggest problem. Nobody will show up for me without a check.
Well, here's what it is. It comes
not
back.
getting
It
paid
comes,
for this?
but it comes back to the product though.
What the
People-
fuck I'm talking about?
If people see the fucking vision, bro, they will buy in. Like that's how all businesses start. Like it all starts with a fucking vision, and it starts with you being able to market that vision that you have. Like that's how Steve Jobs did it. That's how everyone did it. They just like told someone their idea, and they got the right people to help them execute that idea, and boom, that's it. And that's what we're doing right now. We're getting our we teamed up with our producer, we teamed up with promoters, we teamed up with a bunch of other people and creatives in the city to help us make this shit happen. You know?
I love how much you guys are keeping your producer a secret.
Oh yeah, we're not saying yo.
I love that shit.
Low key.
I'm not even gonna press you for it because he must be somebody
he's
don't want anybody else to know about.
Our producer is the fucking Wizard of Oz. He's the one behind this entire, like.
You can't
this
get to him,
entire
and if you get
lifestyle.
to him, he won't work with you probably.
Well, no.
Fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
That's like
Yo, you're hurting man's bags right now.
You make him sound like an asshole.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
He'll work. If you're good, he'll work with you.
If you're good,
Yeah.
come to me and I'll and.
But yo,
come to
Devontae-
him.
Nobody knows
Devontae,
who
when you're ready,
ThenWhen's
holla at
producer
us.
is, eh? What the
Yo,
fuck?
Devontae, if you're listening to this, bro, I know you got bars. Come to
Yo,
us.
low-key, ThenWhen's got like Quincy Jones fucking AR fucking records and shit. Who the fuck's your producer?
Don't worry, bro. Don't
forget
worry.
his name again.
Man,
Favell,
fuck you
Favell.
niggas, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, all that makes sense. Branding.
This guy ripped it off like
not
he's playing fag football. He's just like,
Yo, what happened?
It's that,
he ripped it off. He took it off.
you know.
Does that mean it's coming to an end? Is that like the closing? Like
No.
No.
It is, but I just want to make
I got
sure.
some more shit to talk.
Yeah, me too. I want to make sure.
Yeah, he's let off the gin right now. He wants to go off.
No, me too. I've never
not done
I've
till
never
the bottle's done.
I've never podcasted in this context.
It looks like we're only
So,
halfway through the
oh my
interview.
word, that's how
Oh my
that's why I feel
God.
this way. Oh my
Dude,
god.
put that away.
We're only
bro.
halfway through the interview.
This will be fun to censor and put a big
I mean,
block
through the
on what
bottom,
you're
right?
getting.
Yeah, right?
Hello?
I just want to wrap up the Toronto camaraderie conversation, right?
Yeah.
I
Because there was
love it.
something. Because there was something that happened right recently. And it's something that people complain about a lot, right? People complain Toronto doesn't have infrastructure for hip hop. There isn't like
bullshit.
There isn't like this is what people.
Who said that?
I need to provide. I need to give you guys like what people are kind of saying, you know, because maybe when you guys are counting your views and doing your shows, all the negativity doesn't seem to, which is good. It shouldn't, right? But I just because people say Toronto has a lack of infrastructure, that there isn't really platforms, people, or media for artists to, propel themselves forward. And a big thing, right? This is a big thing that happened in Toronto recently, where Flow, they don't call it that anymore. No, the Move 93.5, which is supposed to be Toronto's Toronto premier hip hop CHR station, and.
By the way, shouts out to Move for putting us on.
Yo.
You guys probably know way better, right?
Shout out Chapstick Lip Balm for fucking
keeping
me
big,
moist.
Keeping us moist. Big lip niggas
the vibe,
moist
right?
and voluptuous.
Yo, keeping me on my
Vibe 105 and The Move. Thank you guys
Chapstick
for putting us on. And Chapstick.
But it's I want to talk about this because I'm actually in a class for radio broadcasting right now, and it's that what they did, that campaign. What was it called? Like for
Made in Toronto.
Yeah. And you guys were a part of that, right? And
are still
a part of it. ThenWhen is a part of that.
Hold on.
Yeah, talk your shit.
Shout out Ricochet on the ones and twos.
And Chapstick.
The gin we were drinking, and Mastermind for giving us the opportunity to be even on the radio station. It never would have happened without those guys, for sure.
You guys really put us on to the city.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people that came out last night heard us through those stations.
Yeah.
So those stations play a big part in the hip hop scene.
Mm-hmm. I remember when it happened, and I remember this is such you know what? I kind of agree with the people saying this because it's such a Toronto thing.
Big Jack.
I didn't have this feeling. I saw you and however many artists that I may have a personal relationship with that also were featured on that, right? Mm-hmm. That were getting their songs played on Flow 93.5. I didn't have that feeling of man, fuck these guys getting on the radio and I'm not on the fucking radio. I was the guys I know, Toronto is getting put on. The rappers, our scene is being pushed forward. Yeah. And it's especially with the Move, with the Made in Toronto thing, a lot of people were criticizing that. A lot of people, it may have fell short on you guys because you guys are doing your thing, but people are kind of saying that they're not really. It's kind of like a promotional tactic for the radio station, that they're using you artists who actually have the talent and stuff like that, and that for sure. They're not even really. This is what they're saying.
We're doing the same thing.
No, but listen, this is what they're saying. They're saying you're not really. They're saying you're not really getting decent exposure. That the exposure isn't that you're getting played at 10:30 at night or something like that.
Yeah, but that's at the end of the day, that's still exposure. It doesn't matter what time.
This is what they're saying. I disagree with it as well, but it's just I as people who are in it, how do you feel about that?
We've had music out for 4 months now. That's nothing.
Say it again. I didn't even really take that in.
We had music out for 4 months now. It's nothing.
Hundreds of thousands of views.
Hundreds of thousands of views, but
fuck out of here. Do better. Work harder, bro. This is what I'm talking. Y'all are sitting there complaining. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. I didn't get put on by that. Do better. Make a better fucking song, bro. Because there are niggas there making better songs, bro. There are people doing that. Stop complaining, bro. You only have someone to blame but yourself. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Toronto, no. Toronto, I swear to God, bro. You niggas need to listen to this. Bro, you niggas really need to take what I'm saying. On the podcast? Cause there are these people.
Get me back.
Oh shit.
Yo, you gotta.
There are these people that work their asses off to write a song. So if we can do it, you can do it. Suck up.
Stop crying. Get your bread up. Do the thing.
Yo, I love the How High movie. That's a good movie.
I love, me too.
So high.
Did you know that jaguars can carry 4 times their own weight when they're carrying an animal into the trees?
That's some Discovery Channel fun fact.
I always say if you got to learn something in a podcast.
An ant can carry 10 times its weight or some stupid shit like that.
Something like that.
You know the gorilla has a higher PSI bite than a grizzly bear.
So gorillas can bite you harder than a grizzly bear?
Yes, but also...
So you'd rather get bit by a grizzly bear than a gorilla?
I'm about to blow your fucking mind, kid. The sticker on the bananas is edible.
No, it's not. Get the
No,
fuck
it's
out of here.
not.
I worked in
Eat
produce
it.
for a
Nah.
year and a
Yo,
half.
yo, this
No,
guy-
don't listen.
Yo,
to
this guy's gonna get like kids killed, bro.
I know. Niggas are gonna choke on that shit.
Yo, someone told me that like the orange peel is edible, and I was like, I tried it one day. I was like, what the
It's
fuck?
edible.
Yo,
You
someone
can
told me the
eat it.
Starburst wrapper was edible.
That's because
Yeah, I remember that. That was a myth going on for a while. That's
Eat it.
fucked up.
Tide Pods are edible too.
Tide Pods are
Oh,
edible.
man.
But do you want to eat it?
Yo, right now, I don't know. Sometimes when I get stressed with this fucking, when niggas don't show up,
Yo,
when I book these guests and stuff,
But hold
sometimes
on,
I want to eat a Tide Pod. Real quick, I want to do one more serious thing before we get out.
okay, yeah.
Patar. Actually, it doesn't need to be that serious. Patar, I don't know if you know, but you're white.
That's bullshit.
Are you Wait.
That's bullshit.
yo.
You know what? Yeah, I don't.
I'm black.
Maybe I think.
I can remember the day when I was 11 years old that I turned black, bro.
I thought you heard your first hip hop song when you were 7.
10.
Oh shit. Oh man, he doesn't know. Yo, your story's
Keep that same
misconstrued.
energy.
Oh
it's
my
not
God,
adding up, bro.
He doesn't know. Yo, there's holes in the story, dog. What are you doing?
But on some real shit. You're I don't. Maybe even calling you a white guy is not really fair because you're Serbian, right?
Well, Serbians are
Well, isn't that white people?
Not
That's
really.
Like the
Why not?
To you,
Stay
a white-
cultured.
To,
But like
to a white person,
he's white.
Like maybe to me, like a white person's like an American or a
Canadian.
Well, why?
But I'm a white person from Europe. That is the
Like,
real
is that
deal.
really a white person that?
That's the real deal.
Well, that's what well, where do the white people from
I'm being-
Canada or America come from? They
from-
usually
I'm
come from Europe.
I know. I'm being
Yo,
facetious.
boom.
I'm being facetious
Yo,
though, right?
blow your dome, kid.
Hip hop though is black. It's a black culture.
No, it's not anymore.
It's black music.
It is.
It started that way. The inception of it that
I mean,
way.
I'm white.
Well,
But
like
are
that's
we're
that's
not-
the thing,
we're not
right?
doing hip-hop, though.
And we're not even black and white. We're just fucking things floating in space. Who gives a
Do you though? Like I'm being facetious with it right now, but like in serious context, especially because you said that you were one of them rapidy rap niggas, right? Like you rapped, right? Like you have bars and shit like that. Well, you still got bars. You got more bars than you did before. It's just I'm saying like that's you came from that traditional essence. Was there ever a time, or do you ever feel, or do you ever notice, you know, being a white guy in hip hop, that there may be like an othering, like you feel like as an other sometimes,
That's
or
so fun. I love this.
do you ever have like, what is your relationship with that? Do you not notice it at all?
So in 2002 is when I started to like really rap. You know, be a rapper.
You said you saw that Without Me, and that's when Without Me came out.
2002, bro. I was
2002 came out.
I was
See,
Eminem
story
Eminem
makes
shows
sense.
2002.
2002, facts. And I was 10 years old, and I will say this: back then, to be a white rapper, you got clowned, bro.
You have to be hard as fuck. If
You have
you're
to
a
be
white
hard as
rapper.
fuck, and that's why I did rap hard as fuck.
That's how I know you're a real
But
one.
now white rappers have like braids and fucking afros and shit. It's cool. It's funny. Like Riff Raff made that shit cool.
But Riff Raff also got like destroyed.
So do you
'cause,
look
like,
at Riff Raff as that someone
Yeah,
who
'cause it's
who
like a-
made it
no.
okay to?
No, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I'm just saying he was one of the people that did make it cool, but I don't give a fuck. Personally, like I just wanted to make cool music, and kids respected that shit when I was growing up. They respected that I could spit and that I could flow. I wasn't trying to be somebody. I wasn't like faking it. I was making dope shit. But it wasn't as cool back then in 2002, and I remember from experience, as it is now. And now I'm the fucking king of the world.
Very, very interesting.
That's bold.
You know, I think it's very important what you said is like you weren't trying to be the white guy that could rap really well.
It was
You weren't trying to be the
Eminem.
good white rapper. You were just trying to make dope shit. And honestly, like, Sadiq, I don't know if like as a black guy, I think when you see a white guy in hip hop, that's the thing. That's when it's like, nah, I don't give a fuck about white. Like, we're trying to make dope shit here, you know? We're trying to,
Yeah.
you know, and it, like
That's it.
that's what it is.
That's it now. Is
What it should be too.
Now we just want to make the best song possible.
But I also want to like tip my hat to you too in the sense that like, yo, what you're saying is some real shit. you were trying to rap as a white guy in 2002. Like, that's way different than trying to be a rapper in 2015, 18 as a white guy,
But, like,
you know? For what you said. So, like, I think that's
It was silly.
definitely, like,
It was silly.
you went through it then.
Yeah, I went through it.
You went through it then, yeah.
But like now it's almost just like it's a gift. Like it's like remember how Macklemore got the Grammy for like
Macklemore.
is it Macklemore?
Yeah, he would.
Listen,
know,
bro,
right?
Is it
all the
Macklemore?
girls were all over me in elementary, junior high, and high school because I rapped. It wasn't cool, but fuck, I was cool.
Me too, though, but I was also the only one that rapped, and I was the only black kid. It was like how I
You were
made
the only
friends.
black kid?
Well, like, I was like one of like 3, maybe. Like, I remember I lived in like Richmond Hill, and like I would like rap battle people at lunch and shit, and I knew nobody, and like that was like how I would meet people.
Yeah.
Like I would rap battle.
It's crazy because I can't even relate to that shit because I started this shit so fucking late. Like, I
You
started
started,
when I was,
yo.
started
You
right
did. You
20
did stand
years
up,
ago, 2
right?
years ago.
I did stand up for a bit, yeah.
Yo, what was that like? What was that like, man?
Yo, stand up.
Because I haven't even talked to a comedian or some shit like that. Like, when you're up there and you're trying to make somebody laugh, I personally, sorry, but like, stand-up comedy, I think, is one of the most difficult mediums of entertainment
it
because
definitely
it's
is.
like,
It
it's
definitely
so
is.
black and white. It's like, either
Yeah.
you're funny or you're not funny,
Yeah.
you know? And it's,
Yeah.
what was
But-
your experience
but
like?
Real quick, throughout our journey in this music shit together, me and Prince James, and ThenWhen creating the album Space coming out in February 15th, we
This nigga's good.
we unraveled. We figured out how they do it. It's all a performance. It's all
Yeah, but for me to talk about the experience of like doing stand up and shit, it was crazy because it's such a vulnerable like art form to pursue because with the music, especially with the music when you're performing, bro, like you have the backtrack with you, you got the DJ on stage with you, or like whoever's
You've got the
at it.
crowd.
You got
If
the
they're
crowd
fucking with you, you're good, bro. Miss a couple
with
lyrics, they won't
stand-up-
notice.
But with stand up, it's just you,
Real.
a mic, and just like, especially because also I was doing the open mic scene. So the open mic scene, I don't know if you know how it works, but like,
Go and sign
it's
your
like-
name on a piece of
you
paper,
sign your
right?
name on a piece of paper, and there's like 50 other names in there. So you're not performing to people that are just regular old Joe Smos. Like you're also like you're performing your content to like people that are also want to be comedians. So they're not taking in what you're saying like genuinely. They're always like sizing up their material next to yours. Like because I know that because I was doing that. I was like, oh, this guy's not funny. Like my shit's
That
better than
shit's
his.
tumultuous. That's
So
rough, man.
It's just rough. It's just like a like crabs in the bucket mentality in terms of the open mic circuit. So like I was doing that. I did that like 3 or 4 times and did Yuck Yucks. I did the comedy bar on
Good for you.
I did the comedy
That
bar
shit's tough, man.
and it was just like it really hit me that like I don't have the balls for this. Like sometimes you gotta be objective with yourself and be like, yo, I don't have what it takes to do this. Like I wasn't writing jokes every day. Like I wasn't rehearsing as much as I should have. Like I just thought that because I was like the class clown in school or whatever, I could just go up there and just be a comedian. I was like, yo, shit's easy, bro. Talk about my family and shit. Talk about my upbringing, like, and then.
I'm so happy you're telling me this right now.
Yeah,
Because
and
I
then-
have all these ideas to go
and then-
do
and
stand
then it
up.
fell
I
apart.
have no business doing
Well, yo,
it.
sometimes, here's the thing. People right now, they're not objective with themselves. People
Shout
will
out to Chapstick.
shout out to Chapstick, yo. Chapstick better endorse this fucking podcast.
Maybe that's what they were trying to tell
talk
me the
about
whole
being
time.
Yeah.
objective.
Yeah, yo, so people need to like. I feel like a lot of people in this society right now.
Yeah, let's
they're
talk
not
about it,
objective
'cause
with
you guys
themselves.
are-
They will chase dreams that they have no business chasing. They will pursue careers that they don't have strengths in. People want to be entrepreneurs even though they just start a clothing line, like print some
Talk about it.
t-shirts. You
Talk
know what I
about
mean?
it.
Like people are just like they want to have this glitz and glam. They want to have a position of like, wow, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a creator. Like, but like sometimes people don't have it in them to do what they need to be doing, like they need to do in their career. You know what I mean? Like,
The reason why our music sounds so
I do.
good, not to toot my
Nah,
own
bro,
horn.
toot your fucking horn, bro. Your music's fire.
Yo,
You see
music
how many
fire.
fucking people were bumping to that shit last night? Nah,
did.
man. That shit's going up. Nah, fuck that. Toot your horn.
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick and toot my horn. The reason why our music is so good is because the reason why our music is the best music you've ever heard in the world is because we're objective with ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a process of elimination.
Yeah.
If I do something fucking whack, he's gonna say
Yeah.
nah.
if I use a flow,
And when
that's
he
like-
says nah, That crushes my fucking soul.
But what you do is you don't get upset that your soul's crushed. You come up with a better fucking flow, right?
And then I'm a better person in general.
Moral of the story, guys, if there's anything that you can take from ThenWhen, do better.
Yeah, because if not now, then when?
Because these guys are here, and if you want to be it,
did you just make that up?
Yeah, that was fire.
That's off top.
If
I said if not now, then when?
That's our name.
That's it.
God damn.
Yo, bro.
Oh,
that's it.
Shit.
That's how we ended up.
Sunday's best podcast. That's that shit.
That's it.
No, seriously.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
That's some real shit. Oh yeah.
That was fire.
That was.
That's fire. How long?